Well, good day, everybody, and welcome back to the Toku Now podcast. I am your host, Ranger Fan Nathan, and this is the only podcast where I can ask you, thank you for coming back. So, you know the deal, you know the drill. Um, how this podcast works. First off, we're going to talk about some news, then I'll give you my reviews on the latest episodes of Zyuohger and Ghost. And reminder, Dino Charge is still on its hiatus, so no reviews of Dino Charge yet. So you gotta wait till maybe the summer, early fall for that. So let's get started with the biggest topics that have hit the waves of Toku in general, and we got some big news for the Power Rangers 2017 movie reboot. So earlier this week, we got teased with a poster coming soon. And lo and behold, today they released a teaser, the first teaser poster for the new movie. Now, this poster is definitely a teaser. Like most posters that come out, they give you a general idea of what everything is going to be like in the movie, give you the feel for, but this is a real teaser poster. I'm talking about like you get nothing. It has a tagline, and that's about it. The poster, in my opinion, is really cool. Hell, it's even my new lock screen wallpaper. But if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Go follow the Power Rangers movie on Twitter at the Power Rangers. That's their Twitter handle, at the Power Rangers. Go see the poster for yourself. Check it out. It's a really good poster. It's even good enough to be your wallpaper. Go check out that poster. Also, probably the biggest news to come out of casting for this movie. I'm talking about bigger than Elizabeth Banks, bigger than the new suits coming out, bigger than who's playing the Rangers. So, for the longest time, people have been wondering who is going to do the voice of Zordon. Zordon, as you know, is the mentor to the Rangers. And for a while now, nobody really knew. But the day before the poster came out, I'm talking about Tuesday, on Twitter, Walter White himself, Malcolm's dad from Malcolm in the Middle, Bryan Cranston, announced that he is Zordon in the new Power Rangers movie. You're talking about A-list star people being Zordon in this movie. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Bryan Cranston, when he was starting off in the world of acting, he voiced a lot of the monsters in the original series. Now, the monsters that he voiced, I'd have to go back and look up, but I didn't even know that. Years later, I found out, it's like, holy crap, this dude, who's Walter White, who's Malcolm's dad, voiced some of the monsters in Power Rangers, and on top of that, Billy, the Blue Ranger, his last name is Cranston. He got that last name from Bryan Cranston. Now, take it whatever as an homage, honor to the man who voiced a lot of these monsters, but that's pretty cool. Now, this has become full circle for Bryan Cranston. He started off working on Power Rangers, doing voices, went on to do great shows, some good movies, and now he's coming back to voice Zordon. I mean, the guy voiced monsters in the first series, and now he's playing the mentor. I mean, how cool can you get from that? That's pretty awesome. So, big news in the world of Power Rangers. Very big. Got the first teaser poster. Go check that out. Also, Bryan Cranston as Zordon. Go online, talk about it, tweet it, whatever. Go follow him if you're not following him already. Also, I wanted to talk about the tagline for the new Power Rangers movie. Now, you'll notice on the title card that I got this hashtag up in the corner called "Together We Are More." That is the tagline for the new Power Rangers movie. That is their "May the power protect you" for this movie. Now, that is a pretty cool tagline, if I do say so myself. It kind of makes sense. It's you kind of understand the tagline. It's like "Together we are more." Basically saying, together we are more powerful. We are united. We can face anything in our way. Separated, we can't, but together we can. So, hashtag together we are more. When you talk about Power Rangers and whether it's toys, TV shows, whatever, always use the hashtag together we are more, and it's basically showing support for the Power Rangers movie. Now, yesterday and today, it's been trending. Like Power Rangers, Bryan Cranston was trending for a while. Together we are more was trending. So use the hashtag together we are more when tweeting about Power Rangers. Tweet at the Power Rangers movie. Tweet whatever you can. Just make sure you use that hashtag. They're not telling me to say this. Hell, they don't even know about my podcast. They don't know who I am. I'm just a fan that's thinking this is really cool. And, I'm supporting this movie. It's going to be on there. It's the tagline. It's whatever. So I'm going to have that tagline on my title card. Make sure you use it. Hashtag together we are more. Now, that's pretty much it for the news. Also, there's something I didn't talk about last week, but I'll bring it up this week, is that a few years ago, Funko Pops, Vinyl Pops, whatever, they're little character figurines from pop culture, from movies, TV, comics, whatever. They released a variety of characters, and a few years ago they released the red, pink, and white Rangers. Now that was a few years ago, but now, later on in the summer, they're releasing the rest of the rest of the Rangers. They're releasing green, black, blue, and yellow. So, if you have white, red, and pink, and have been wondering when are we going to get green, black, yellow, and blue, well, here's your chance to have the entire collection. They are coming out soon. Also, GameStop is coming out with an exclusive Blue Ranger Pop. It's a metallic Blue Ranger with the Wolf Power coin on his chest. So, a little heads up for you if you were planning on buying the set. Go to your local GameStop and pick that up. Alright, so that's going to do it for the news this week. So, I'm going to jump right in and go ahead and do my 2 non-spoiler reviews for Zyuohger and Kamen RIder Ghost. Now, last week I had minor spoilers for Zyuohger because in that episode you really I couldn't really review it straight on without doing any other spoilers for it. So, for those of you who have been keeping up with Zyuohger, this is the episode I am reviewing. Get my handy dandy notes out. Is Zyuohger episode 18, and it's going to be Kamen RIder Ghost episode 35. Alright, so episode 18 picks up right where 17 left off. It's kind of like a two-parter without being a two-parter. The Zyuohgers, they're pretty, down. They're down. They're scared right now. They're a little fearful because they just got their butts handed to them by the world. Now, Yamato, he's not as scared, but he's more mad about this, and so he takes it upon himself that he's gonna fight the world. And the monster from the last episode, that monster comes back, and basically the Zyuohgers have to fight the monster. Also, the world comes into play, and there's like this big thing that happens at the end of the episode. Yamato and the world, they do get into a fight, but I won't go too much into it. They just know they get into a fight. I think it was even in the previews that they get into a fight, but that fight was pretty epic. So, another solid episode, another A+ episode for Zyuohger. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Zyuohger, episode 18. Now, Kamen RIder Ghost, episode 35. We get his ultimate form. They try to figure out how they're going to rescue these people from the dream world. A lot of stuff is going on. The Genmeiser are tearing crap up, making a big problem for the heroes. So we don't really know too much about these Genmeisers yet. It's pretty much they're like all powerful, but once Taku gets his ultimate form, he becomes all powerful. So it's like a switch, but um, it's another okay episode. You could definitely tell we're starting to get into the close to the finale, because they already trademarked the new Kamen Rider series. So yeah, Kamen Rider Ghost episode 35. Pretty decent episode. I give it about a B. His ultimate form, I like his ultimate form. He looks pretty badass. So I believe this is probably the quickest I've seen a Kamen Rider get his ultimate form. Uh, Maybe I believe I might have to go back and check, but I believe for me this is the earliest I've seen a rider get his ultimate form. But yeah, Kamen Rider Ghost episode 35. Go check it out. If you've been watching this whole time, might as well just go check it out. If you're new to Kamen Rider, Ghost is a pretty good introduction. Now, what I like about I'm gonna go a little off topic here about from the reviews, but yeah, those are my reviews. So on another note, like, what's so great about these shows that differ from TV shows we watch here in the States or wherever is that each season is new. We're starting to get some shows that are like that. I believe like American Horror Story is like that, but they're very rare here in the States. So it's nice to see us get a series where each season is new cast, new theme, whatever. And Kamen Rider and Super Sentai do it well most of the time. There are some hits and misses, but for the most part, they do a good job at it. So if you're new to Kamen Rider or Super Sentai, um, any season you can jump on in. Uh, for me personally, the season I jumped on in for Super Sentai was Gokaiger, which was Super Mega Force here in the States. But Gokaiger I watched. I really didn't have any prior knowledge. And a lot of people say that's bad if you watch Gokaiger because you kind of get confused. But honestly, I didn't get confused. I kind of was able to follow the story. And it actually made me go back and watch some of the previous old Sentai. And a lot of those shows I actually enjoyed. Like Genki Ranger is probably in my top 5 Super Sentai series. So, and same thing with Kamen Rider. I believe Wizard was my first Kamen Rider show I watched. And after that, I went back, watched some new ones. I watched Gaim, which was the first new series that I watched. So, yeah, I mean, if you're hesitant or you don't know if you want to check it out, go ahead and check it out. Pick a season, go to your local fan sub site, find it, wherever, watch it, indulge, just enjoy it because after it's done, and you can just watch the next season without even having to understand anything what happened in the last season. Just pick up wherever. So yeah, those are for people who are listening and you haven't gotten into Super Sentai or Kamen Rider yet, but trust me, it's worth getting into. It's worth watching. So get into it, watch it, love it. All right, so that is the show for today. Guys, if you want me to answer some questions, you want to comment, go ahead and comment down below. Go ahead and subscribe and like this video or video podcast. Leave your comments, questions down below. I will answer them. I will take the time and pick out a few every week and answer them. Also, answer my Toku question of the week. I want to see your guys' answers. Also, you'll notice on my title card, there's another hashtag. It's called hashtag Toku Now. Toku Now with the exclamation point. If you hashtag Toku Now with a question or anything, I will see those. I will be able to see it on Twitter. I will go to it, pick some out there. I will have a Twitter question segment. I will have a YouTube comments question segment. If you guys leave comments or questions on my YouTube or use hashtag Toku Now. So please, if you're listening, do it, hashtag it. Let me know what you think. Do you like it? Do you think I'm average? Is it okay? Is it the only podcast you know of? Hell, there's a lot of other great shows on here. Hell, I can point you on the directions of some other great Toku stuff. So, hashtag Toku Now. Leave your comments in the YouTube section below. Also, Power Morphicon, guys. We're only 30 days away from Power Morphicon, so If you haven't gotten your Meets membership or your membership for the weekend or whatever, jump on that, because sooner or later they're going to cut that off, and if you still want to go, you're going to have to fly down there, wait in line, and buy your ticket. So get on that now. I will be there. A lot of Power Rangers will be there. So get on that now. Finally, another Toku question of the week, guys. Who was your first Ranger that you met in person? Now, this only includes Power Rangers actors, because just barely recently a lot of the Super Sentai actors have started to come over to the States. But tell me, who's the first Power Ranger you met in person? And leave it down below, and I will read them. I will see them. So, thanks, guys, for listening. I hope you're enjoying this. This is episode 3. Thank you for coming back and listening. If you're a returner, please subscribe to my channel, guys. It's how I get out there. Like always, may the power protect you. Remember, hashtag together we are more. And before I close out, just remember, this community moves on as long as you guys are there and listening to us. I'm doing this because I want it out there. I started off as a fan, I started listening, and now I'm doing this myself. So if you're a fan, you want to do a podcast of your own, go ahead, do it. And thanks for listening, guys, and I will see you next week with more Toku news and more reviews. So catch you later, guys.